We have some very important news. President Trump today said that the tariffs will essentially not stand against China, which is crazy because 1 week ago, they implemented 100% tariffs and Bitcoin went to $102,000. Many altcoins plummeted by like 80% over a 10-minute period. And now President Trump essentially says, hey, we're not going to do those 100% tariffs. See, President Trump calls his 100% tariff on China not sustainable. We have to have a fair deal, says Trump. And to be honest, this was quite obvious that there's going to be TECO and these will be a nothing burger. And Trump is doing this as a point of negotiation. But markets didn't agree. Markets still wanted to see a dump to the downside. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the brand new news regarding tariffs and how the price of Bitcoin is likely going to react. I'm going to talk about why yesterday, so price went down to 104.4, and I did end up closing some of my Bitcoin positions that I set take profits or stop losses for. Those are now closed, and I'm going to be talking about new entry points into brand new Bitcoin positions. But before we continue, guys, make sure to destroy the like button on today's video and subscribe if you're not a crypto kid already, because we make daily updates on the price of Bitcoin. Even though if I'm in surgery, I still come in here and make these updates for you because you guys matter to me the most in this world. So if you enjoyed this content or these contents, then make sure to destroy the like button and subscribe to become a crypto kid. We're super close to 60,000 subscribers. With that said, let's go over into the tariffs and let's talk about where Bitcoin is heading potentially next. So President Trump said that, we're not going to do those tariffs in that crazy manner because 100% tariffs are a lot. And if they do end up doing it, it would cause a significant GDP drop, I would say, in both countries. So they're not going to do it. And the deadline for these tariffs was November the 1st, which is 2 weeks away. I think there is going to be some sort of deal or an extension of this deadline. And we're going to be hearing about those things over the next 2 weeks. So the relevance of these tariffs anymore, I wouldn't be concentrating them on anymore so much. I would be focusing on the Bitcoin price charts. Yesterday we mentioned the reason why I will be putting stop losses is because if we lose the 107.5 to 107.2, you're going to be confirming a double top, breaking below the bull and bear market support band, and very likely heading towards the 54 simple moving average, which has held up Bitcoin so beautifully in every black swan event that we've experienced throughout this cycle. This was the Japanese yen carry trade. You came down to 49K, tested the 54 simple moving average perfectly. You had the first round of tariffs that caused Bitcoin to dump to 74K. The 54 simple moving average held you up very nicely and propelled you into the next move to the upside. So that's why I mentioned if Bitcoin was to fall below this level, we're very likely going to come down to the 54 simple, which currently sits at 100K. And that's why I would rather close my positions now and re-enter into Bitcoin at the 100K territories. We also have this wick at 102. Wicks always tend to close. So to me, things are still pointing into the downwards direction, and I have fresh capital to go in and buy Bitcoin at that 100K mark, which I'm going to start doing so a little bit by doing a limit order. So at $100,200, I'm going to go and let's say put 25% as a limit order, 10x leverage, open long, and that's going to be one limit order that I'm going to be setting at 100K. That's my first point of re-entry into Bitcoin. So if you say, Crypto Kid, what is your overall expectation? What do you think will happen? Well, in my personal opinion, M2 money supply is still heading up. You have gold hitting brand new all-time highs every single day. And I think we're coming close to a top because Peter Schiff is calling for $1 million gold. So that's a very good indicator of a top. People are piling up to buy gold across the streets. I think we're going to see a rotation of capital from gold into Bitcoin. Historically, when Bitcoin runs, there is always a delay. Bitcoin runs later. So that's a good sign. And I'm still in the belief that we can see a move to 54 simple and see one more move back to the upside. Now, will this move be towards the bull and bear market support band and then you tumble into bear markets, right, quote unquote, to 69.72K? Or will it be a move from there to about 150 and then stumble into a bear market of 69.72K? That time will tell. But I personally believe that at the 54 simple moving average, we are going to see a bounce. And if you want to do limit orders, you can do so with the first link in the description for weeks. I also have all of my trading bots on Pinex still open, which are actively buying the dip. So if you want to try out Pinex and their trading bots, you can get a wonderful bonus when you use the second link in the description down below. So base case, I still expect a bounce. How big of a bounce are we going to experience? That time is going to tell. But I still believe that the bull market is not over, because you don't end bull markets when there is extreme fear of 22. You end bull markets when the RSI is massively overbought. You end bull markets when there's so much amounts of euphoria, and we're clearly not in that stage. So to me, calling the top is a little bit of an extension. The only point that I will call the top is if Bitcoin breaks below the 54 simple moving average, which we're still above. So overall, I am quite bullish. But that's the very quick update on Bitcoin. I spoke about Ethereum on yesterday's video, so I won't go into it today. You can go to my channel and find the video I posted. Huge warning for Bitcoin and Ethereum if you want to get an update on Ethereum. That was yesterday. But overall, that is the update for today, guys and girls. Benjamin Cohen hopefully should be coming on the channel next week. So stay tuned, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. And with that said, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'll see you all on tomorrow's updates video, because we post daily updates here on this channel. Bye-bye, guys.